Gonna make a difference, but I think it's time we start getting into the land of law. Dawn, Leo, take it away.
It's all or nothing for RSG Slate SG from here on end. To even see a Game 4, they have to do everything right. Let's get to it. Burnex Flash threatening the sweep. All or nothing.
Both sides of the team are starting off at the orange buff. A little bit different from what I would expect, thinking that Alpha will start at the orange or at the purple buff in order to choose for them to actually apply a little bit more pressure at the end of bringing down the orange and the purple so that they can help the gold lane. That's what I thought.
But wait, it looks like there's the answer here. A pull onto Diablo. Interesting. I wonder if they got what they wanted out of that rotation.
Yeah, it's weird. But then again, it's always the question of where will you first rotate if you're the Natalia? Typical answer is to the jungle. But this time, Burnex Flash decided to put that Natalia into the XP lane. RSG, interestingly, had 2 of their heroes in the XP lane.
Also interesting to note, we are going back to what Diablo's used to execute on the Benedetta. Bray, though.
He's just going to be jumping in right onto Shamar as well as ATM. He jumps himself away with his ultimate, but unfortunately, this is a collapse from the side of Burnex Flash. They bring Bray down, and unfortunately wasn't able to do quite much. Diablo, eye for an eye, connects, and that is going to be a stun. And Roy comes in from behind to snipe D7 away as well. A valuable trade.
Oh my, Diablo rocking the execute.
That's right.
It did not work in the first time. I mean, the Petrify didn't work, but this time against a sustained kind of composition where you want to heal up, you execute them first before they are able to put themselves back to 100.
And again, this brings us back to our theory. Going into the draft, going into Game 3, Coach Kuja allowing RSGSG to play what they know, to play within that space, to try and claw themselves back into a possible reverse sweep. First turtle spawned here. RSGSG, a small lead, about 400 gold. Brave first to the scene. Roy sniping them out. This is a 3v2 potentially. Make it a 3v3 now. 4v3.
Immediately, ATM doesn't really have a lot of help to work with, but the Pulse Audit will be able to extending the life of the side of Burnex Flash just by a tad little bit. RSG takes the turtle for themselves, as now Lucicuity as well as Bray would want to get themselves away as fast as they can. Lucicuity expends his flicker. Bray finds himself. Oh! A very important life steal, but it doesn't seem like he will be able to keep himself long enough. And now ATM with the final slash pulls Lucicuity deeper into their own jungles. He's not able to bring him down though. Diablo continues his onslaught on ATM, and he successfully brings him down.
That's the unbending will doing work. The less life you have, the more damage you deal. But D7 knew, D7 understood, and he said, you are never safe as long as I'm around.
Natalia enters the land of Dawn as she debuts in MSC 2023 and then gets a kill onto Diablo. A very important one. This is so trippy. This game is so trippy because this is the only game where you are going to see 2 executes in the modern meta that we have right now. And I'm happy.
It's good. I like it. The fact that team fights and bodies may drop in a flash, all puns intended, makes for amazing swingy team fights. So yeah, the margin of error has not only shrank for RSGSG, but allowed Burnex Flash to be more creative. I'm not so sure if this is how you want to approach a possible sweep.
RSG seems as though they're trying to get a lot of fight in the southern side of the map. They do not want to, find too many different variables over to the top side. They want to leave 1-1 and Claude alone. In the meantime, just bolstering their jungler, or perhaps bolstering Diablo.
In the past 4 minutes, it has been a very quiet gold lane. Now, here in mid, you see Cat. Oh, catches a little bit from Roy. Yep. An interesting bush that D7 kept there. Interesting. I wonder what he was planning.
Yeah. Call it the Crammer's bush because the Crammer is there. Okay, so now that we have a little bit of a downtime, I want to say that the engage comp coming out from the side of Burnex Flash, even when they have the Natalia, the 4 other members can engage as 4. And that will mean that we are waiting for a timing, which typically happens at 9 minutes for Burnex Flash.
Here we go. The jump in. That Spear about to start up.
And of course, with the Minoan's Fury, Minoan's Rage just going to be popping right up. D7 to get the kill down onto Roy. And Diablo was hoping to be able to get away from the hands of ATM, but let's be honest here, the amount of dashes is just a little bit too much as D7 comes in to pincer maneuver.
A clear win for the hometown heroes in Burn X Flash. Up ahead now by about 700 gold.
Yeah, it was funny. I just said that it will be a 4-man engage, and indeed it was. They utilized all their members, but my oh my, D7 had a great shot at Novaria. He waited for the Astral Recall to end before he went in, and he had a one-shot potential because of the execute. You saw how big of a problem that was. Maybe this is a time where we find out a weakness for the Novaria.
And that's the story of game 1 even, game 2 rather, given the fact that there was so much space played with, there was so much of a threat of a backline push, and who'd have thought it would come from a roamer this time around in D7. Watch where he is right now, threading the needle here, playing around the river.
I really thought that there will be a lot more emphasis from Natalia onto the 1-1, but perhaps because of all of the team fights that is happening in the southern side of the map, Natalia is pretty much forced to be present in all of these fights, keeping 1-1 in an even lane against Donut.
And they're trying to equalize that fact. Here's a jump!
Doesn't seem like Zca's gonna go down anytime soon, as they do have the Cult Altar. Donut actually got clipped by the Astrosphere, but Donut, he tried to go in to clear things out a little bit, but he gotta have to go home.
Okay, so between the Cult Altar and of course, wait, in mid, Diablo lives. All right, I was gonna say, despite there being executes and the Cult Altar, the motivational roar, the Spear of Alpha from Bray, there's gonna be a lot of nothing team fights here. There's gonna be a lot of like, oh, in, okay, we're gonna go out, go back. I wonder what that spells out for the gold laners, since both of them want to get to that mid power spike.
I think it's great for, that's how you want to play if you're playing the Claw. You want the extended team fights. But when it comes to the 1-1, the fact that you're not eliminating members, it means that your ultimate will not transfer from one to the other. That's really the reason why Paramis is a good hero to kind of counter the 1-1, because it doesn't allow your teammates to be killed during that stage. So what I'm trying to say here is the Cult Altar and the 1-1 timing is very crucial.
Oh, here's a pull coming in from Chama. It's for Burn X Flash, all of them to take.
It doesn't seem like the Minotaur is going to be anywhere here. And now we do have Shama that takes down the turtle. Diablo finds himself under the threat of ATM, and D7 coming in from behind, punishes both Roy and Diablo.
Suddenly, a quick take from the turtle leads into 2 kills, and now we are living in Burn X Flash country, quite literally, and also in-game, but there is a trade. Okay, able to push up top.
Yep.
Where else can they find a trade? Because suddenly, you can see now Chama is also going ahead.
Yeah, the purple.
Committing, grant that purple here.
Oh, they took the purple, and this is already very bad for Gray. Surely that the takedown on the turret up top is great when it comes to the economy of RSG, but now they're finding a lot of problems dealing with the composition of Burn X Flash. At this point, Roy, I think he needs maybe some leg plates, or maybe Dreadnought armor, or maybe a full Anticuirass, because my oh my, D7 is gonna keep on hounding this Novaria.
He needs a pair of pants.
He needs a pair of pants. He
That's
needs
safe
it.
to say. And now, even Lucian Curie, feeling the wrath of all this physical damage from Burn X Flash.
He's angry! Minoan's rage down on the 2 members, but the Cult Altar will be able to keep them alive for a little while longer as Donut jumped himself over the back lines with the BMI, but it doesn't seem like we'll be able to do quite much there. Most of the members from the side of RSG were on a sliver, and they are barely alive, but they will be able to recall back home. And this would be big as important final slash from ATM. He's still gonna be relentless if he wants to continue, but I don't think that he will be able to stretch it any longer.
That was a very expensive shutdown on a D7, but just the same, Burn X Flash kept them hostage. They put them right where they wanted them. All this while, Donut was pushing up top, and now the map is slowly turning blue. That is the upper quarter, all belonging to Kamai.
Zcat with the plays, actually. He baited Oki so much, and Oki had to commit. When he jumped in, the final splash was really off cooldown coming up from ATM. I would say Burn X Flash, their chemistry is just way too good.
Not just their communications as well. They're playing the map to a point where RSG are getting overloaded. Here they're making a play for the Lord. It's at about half of its health. Let's see. Astral Echo already spent.
Diablo down to the bottom lane though. He's getting distracted as D7 is on spot, has been able to put his HP all the way down low. He's gonna go down. In the meantime, the main fight, Shama takes the Lord. But for now, Oki soars into the air. He did manage to get a kill down on the Shama. That's gonna be good. And as well as ATM, RSG and Burn X Flash tries to find value from both sides. But what is this that we're seeing? Zika is appearing in the middle lane, but D7 nowhere to be found.
2 for 1, but the Lord still goes over to Burnix Flash, first Lord of Game 3. Expect that the map will remain blue, but just the same, RSG are down but not out.
Yeah, they did get a kill out of Chima, but the fact that Chima is level 12 when the Bray was only level 11 during the Lord fight, they got the W of the Lord. They still lost their jungler, but the fact of the matter is there's just a lot of economic advantage that Burnix Flash was able to get. Again, it's all about the macro.
Oh, spotted there. I think D7 knows. He had a feeling that Lucian Cutie was waiting to engage. Here's what's interesting. RSG, they want to be able to protect their map. They want to be able to keep as much territory for them. But just the same, they can't do that because they're better in a 5v5 against Burnix Flash, especially when D7 is out on the hunt. So what do they do here? Do they always use Astral Echo when it's up? Because they definitely need to if they want to win, like now!
Seems like it. They managed to find 4 people.
4 people.
That was one of the bigger Astral Echoes of the series.
For sure. This is important now because eventually when you get to level 12, your Astral Echo will just last, the cooldown will just be about 28 seconds. So that's massive.
So with that being said, you can see here...
No physical defense from Roy.
That's right, did not pick up any pants. So he's playing greedy here. But just the same, I think for the past 4 or 5 minutes, D7 has been relatively mum. He's playing a pacifist run on this Natalia now.
That's right, because he's being spotted, and I think that will be expected now. And this is always the dilemma for the Natalia. What do you do when you're actually leading by so much, right? Typically, you don't invite anybody to step out of their comfort zone. And RSG, look at them go. It's just not leaving each other right now.
It's like the threat of D7 is constantly appearing in every single part of the map, right?
Yeah.
RSG don't really have someone that is really tanky enough except for Bray to just kind of face check on the rushes. So they gotta have to leave it to Roy with the ultimate or perhaps even the Astral Spear.
Yeah, not just. Even Lucian Cutie's afraid to face check into a bush that has Natalia. Because, yeah, you are a Minotaur, but the silence is key. The fact that you can answer back as quickly with a motivational roar, nor a Minoan's Fury, despite its buff recently, it's not as easy to say. So, again, RSG, SG here, they understand that the margin of error is so small for them. And now Burnix Flash, I'm waiting for them to step on the clutch. I'm waiting for them to say, you know what, it's time. We have to be aggressive. What timers are we looking at? Level 12 for Roy. Oh, he's still not quite there yet.
Yeah. Very important to get that ultimate. Level 3 ultimate.
Diablo, eye for an eye. Electro final blows, gets himself, barely gets himself away.
And that came at a very small cost for Burnix Flash. Not many ults spent.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Benedetta won't be in this fight. At least for the next maybe 5 to 10 seconds. He do have the top lane to sharp out. He gotta have to defend that as well. But we don't see Claude anywhere.
Yep. Now Chima looking for the pull. Lucian Cutie standing their ground after Echo. This one's a good one. They see a lot of members from Burnix Flash.
The big man, Roy, goes down. And now the rest of the members from the side of Burnix Flash understand that they do have the number priority. They're just going to be jumping right in, brings down the Lord. And 3 men down from the side of RSG. Okay, the last member remaining down in the bottom side. And it's going to be left with Diablo to try to defend it all.
Again, we were talking about the fact that you only need some pants. Just a little bit of physical defense coming out from Roy, and you saw what happened. 100 to 0 in a fraction of a second onto a Novaria, a very important hero for the side of RSG.
D7 showing complete respect and patience of the situation. He understood that I only need to find Roy, and if I do, this could be it. Lord crashing through top lane, already penetrated. Burnix Flash knocking down RSG's door. They're already inside their base. D7 taking care of a wave down bottom, and look how deep Diablo is cutting in mid.
Burnix Flash has smelled fresh blood, and they are ready for the hunt. They are gonna chow down like a hungry toddler, and they will do whatever that they can to bring RSG's late SG down. But what exactly is gonna be the start of the fight? That is, as IATM goes in for the final flash onto Lucian Cutie, brings him out, but he managed to flicker right back home.
The Singaporean overlords, the champions of MPL SG Season 5, still breathing, still here, successfully defends. Now Roy hit that threshold. Faster release on the Astral Echo, but to what extent, given that they can barely leave their base?
Yeah, I'm just looking through all of the items of the members of RSG. You can see all of them have some semblance of a physical defense. You can see, for example, there's Hiras and some pants for Diablo, and you have the you have the brute force breastplate, and this is expected for the Alpha, and the entirety of their squad will have physical defense except an important hero. I think that somebody has to call that from RSG.
Roy.
You cannot rely on the fact that D7 will be spotted out. You see 3 big team fights that didn't have the Navaria for RSG.
Oh, Roy, get some pants on. Even Lucian Cutie's got some pants on.
Exactly.
At some point, he was sitting on so much leather jerkin. Yes, how much leather jerkin you want, Lucian? Yes!
That's a problem. And
All
the
right.
fact that there is also Donut, right, that also deals physical damage. I think that the understanding coming out from RSG State.
Yeah, and Seagat
out.
isn't even a real damage dealer. Oh no, but El Diablo!
He managed to get away, no problem. But ATM wants to come in from behind, and Lucian immediately knocks ATM up. As long as no one gives him the proxy to keep on with the dash, he was gonna be A-okay. Diablo wants to run away, but Lucian Cutie, he goes down to the hands of Bernard Flash. And that is the Lord popping out in 20 seconds. This is crucial.
The back-to-back Khmer champions are using the most of this 9K gold lead. They understood that if we split up RSG-SG for just maybe a second or two, there would be a huge advantage for us. We outman them, we outgun them, and we take down who we can. Lucian Cutie being absent from this Lord take is going to be crucial. Not even a thought of a contest here coming in from RSG, unless... Is that enough for a snipe, can they? No, they're going to blitz it.
It's a blitz.
Nope.
Immediately.
I love this decision coming out from Bernix Flash. They
No
really
questions
are. They are going for the head now, as the expression would say. They will definitely be coming through. And look at that D7
What?
stealing that purple.
Dude, even D7, that's a roamer. That's a roamer
roamer.
stealing away your buff.
RSG is just losing control in the entire part of the map, and the only place that they can go is within their own home. But Lord marches in the top side, ready to pillage everything that RSG-SG loves. What can they possibly do here?
One thing is stay inside your base, play in your base.
Yeah.
And now I'm hoping that Roy is ready to rumble and that he has all the items that he needs, at least to clear the waves. Because, man, given the single target nature of a majority of the heroes from RSG-SG, their wave clear isn't the best. And now the end may be nigh unless the Raiders have something to say about it. Look at this Lord up top and a mid-wave coming crashing through.
Seacat HP not looking very well though, but he will definitely want to start with the Shadow Stampede. The rest of the members from the side of Bernard Flash are going to be holding on behind. The final slash did connect, but not quite much. Roy almost with the smack down on ATM. They just want to look for a small little big play from their own side. They want to clip someone on the side of Bernard Flash, and only then when they find themselves that edge, they will jump in.
Mad respect, RSG-SG. Understood the dynamics of that defense. So close call there, sniping from Roy. A successful defense, yeah, they lose their mid inhibitor. They lose top lane inhibitor as well, but they still have one more in bottom.
Yeah.
So yeah, I expect sudden crashing through these odd angles in their own jungle. So maybe now, with these items that they have, they can play around. What's the item game looking like?
Seems like still full damage from Roy. Very important that he... I guess the decision is, okay, I get one shot by D7, I don't care anymore. I one-shot people too. By the way, Diablo played the defense so well. The usage of the eye for an eye was actually perfect when they tried to go for him. And he managed to stay alive in those defenses.
I think the general game plan here from the side of RSG is just
Oh
to
no.
try to play safe. But unfortunately, that doesn't look safe for me at all. As we have Bray taken down, coincide with the life or timer of the Lord.
Oh no, 40 seconds without Bray. Not even thinking about the Lord take, just his presence on the map, his contributions to clearing the waves. That was a flub, definitely from RSG.
It's gonna be bad. Even Diablo is not the last thing when it comes to the damage output of D7. Now rocking a Blade of Despair, by the way. That's how rich he is.
I feel that the win condition from the side of RSG is kind of like switched over to the side of Roy. He want to get a little bit greedy and play in a very safe place. As long as he clips someone with his Astral Spear, then RSG jumps in. 4v5, they want to look for that numbers advantage.
Something tells me RSG are also looking to isolate D7. If they can pick off D7, go from there, play the 5-man rotation, win off of that. That's one way to go, but this Lord, as the saying goes, forget about it.
Yeah. We'll try to defend once again. And it's the hero that you have to look for in this defense is Diablo. Is he gonna have a good time as he did in the first time that they had to defend against a level 2 Lord of Burnix Flash?
Oh, I can't believe it. This is the 4th Lord, man. And we are approaching TikTok timers. Confirmed, we are here, the 20-minute mark. If you die here, you might as well have just ended the game right then and there.
The Lord pushes aggressively. The entirety of RSG holds down the fort and wants to keep the Lord busy as possible. Donut joins in. Break gets caught out. Oki gets caught out. 2 men down from the side of RSG. And the entire part of the side of Burn and Flash is going to be pounding themselves right down on RSG. Burn and Flash takes the game. Takes the series out of the hands of RSG.
The first elimination of MSC 2023 comes at the hands of the Kamai champions. Burn X Flash made sure that we heard GGRSG for the last time.
You ban Diablo's heroes and you win a series.